What's going on, family? It's the entertainer, motivator, educator, Lucky Murray back with another Gamecock news update. Today, we're speaking about Shane Beamer breaking down his conference. We're breaking down the conference, and he speaks about what he thinks about how the public perceive the Gamecocks being actively heading into the transfer portal. But before going any further, man, here's what I need you to do. If you love the content, want to support, go to patreon.com/Lucky Murray. The link will be in the description below. That is the best way to support the channel. Also, like the video, buy the merch and all that stuff. The link will be in the description below. But if you can't do that, man, here's what I need you to do. Like the video. That is a must. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Let you know every time I drop a video. And this is a big one. Share it. It helps out a ton. Let's get into this, man. But Shane Beamer is speaking about the transfer portal and what he thinks about the perception that he got, not only on the media side, local media, but also nationally as well. So we're gonna play that real quick, and we're gonna hear his response. Let's get into this.
But certainly 1 year, helped ourselves in so many ways, and hard to pinpoint one. Some that we have, we signed 2 running backs, helped ourselves.
Hey Shane, I know a lot has been made this offseason about how aggressive.
Sorry about that, guys. I wasn't queued up.
This team has been in the transfer portal, bringing in new players. I'm just curious, from what you've seen in the spring and in the summer, which position group you feel like is going to benefit the most from the added depth from the transfer portal this year?
Yeah, I think at every position we've certainly, helped ourselves in so many ways, and hard to pinpoint one. Some of the positions we didn't really have to attack in the portal because we brought everyone back. The offensive line, obviously we've increased the depth and the competition at every position for sure. But if you just look at the tight end position, with us losing Nick Muse, but then able to bring in somebody like an Austin Stogner and a Nate Atkins to add to that group. It was a pretty good group last year already. Now it's gotten better with a couple of new additions, and then certainly at the defensive back position, we lost a critical player in Jalen Foster, and to be able to add a Devontae Reed to that mix and make an immediate impact. So, those are a couple, just because of guys we lost that we needed immediate help at right now that we have. We signed 2 running backs in the portal, and see what happens there with Christian and Lavoisier, because they're coming into a group that had some pretty good players returning, and Marshawn and Juju and those guys. So, everywhere those guys will have opportunities, but certainly there's a couple positions like that stand out just because they're replacing seniors or juniors that left early for the NFL.
Colin?
All right, so we gonna talk about that real quick. And the one thing I think I liked about how he went down that rabbit hole, because clearly they wanted him to say something about Spencer Rattler and how that affected him. But I like the fact that if you attack the transfer portal as in, hey, listen, we lost some key guys, we need immediate help, and we may not get that from the high school level at first. Because think about this, from a high school senior to come to a college freshman, it's hard for them to have that immediate impact. Some do, but a lot of times it takes year 2 to year 3 for them to really get into the system, really get things going. And sometimes you may have to redshirt a guy in order to get them where you want them physically and mentally and spiritually. But I also like the fact that he mentioned guys like Jalen Foster. He mentioned guys, like Nick Muse, that, key guys in that position group, and they had to add some guys, bring them together, from the high school ranks, but also the transfer portal, to really have chemistry. Because a lot of times, free agency, that's what the transfer portal is, and you can't just bring in anybody just because of that. Those guys who come from other colleges have been taught, different college ways. They do not understand your system. They haven't been into your system, and then they may pick up bad habits. It's a reason why they're in the transfer portal. I'm not saying it's a bad reason. I'm not saying it's a good reason, but it's a reason why they are in the transfer portal. But I like the way that he broke it down to the way that it's like, listen, we're not going to be one of those teams that just go to the transfer portal every year and have 30 guys from last year to this year that hasn't been here before. That's what I'm trying to say. My main thing is this. If you're a team that always have to go to the transfer portal, how do you build chemistry? Right? And then for a lot of these guys, and if you're a high school kid watching my video, listen, just because you go into the transfer portal does not mean that you will get picked up. right? The transfer portal is a lottery. You know, the big time players, yes, they will get fine homes because, yes, you know, coaches are looking to have sparks. But a lot of you guys that was on the that wasn't really starting, and you're trying to go to another D1 without going down, it may be some problems. But I'm just a man behind the camera. Here's what I need you to do. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below about what Shane Beamer, said about the transfer portal and how South Carolina used it. And also, if you like this content, man, please watch this video right here that popped up right there, and watch this one as well. Subscribe right here. It's the Entertainer, Motivator, Educator. And please don't forget all three. Lucky Murray back with another Gamecock news update today. We're speaking about Shane Beamer and the transfer portal. You let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Like always, it's the next time, people.